Hey guys, in today's lesson we're going to be learning all about using the pedal. So, if we think back to acoustic pianos, they usually have three pedals. And if you've got an acoustic, you may have noticed that you've got three pedals. I'll talk briefly about what each one does, and then we'll move on to basically the sustain pedal, which is the most important pedal, and which is the pedal that you'll be using if you have a digital piano. So, starting from the left, that pedal is a sostenuto pedal. So what that does is it holds certain notes. So whichever note you're playing at the time that you have the pedal down, it's going to hold those. And then anything you play after that point will be staccato, so it won't hold the notes after that point, right? So it'd be like, right? That's a sostenuto pedal. In the middle, it's probably going to be the soft pedal. Now, this is also called the una corda, and basically what it does, it makes a piano sound softer. How it does this is usually for the mid to high register on the piano, there's usually two strings for each note, and what it does, it will just move the hammers slightly across, so it only strikes one string, making it sound softer, right? So that's the soft pedal. That's all it does. Sometimes the soft pedal might go down and then click, like to the right, and hold down. That's the practice. That's the practice pedal when you do that. Some acoustics have it, some doesn't, and it basically just dampens all the notes to make it quieter, so you don't annoy your neighbours. And then the most important one to the right, that is the sustain pedal, also known as the damper pedal or the hold pedal. Now, similar to the sostenuto pedal, that holds the notes, but it actually sustains anything you play while the pedal's down, right? So not just the first notes that you play, every note that you play while the pedal's down. So, as opposed to, right, you can hear the difference, right? And it allows you to jump around while still keeping that legato sound, right? So this is the pedal you're going to have if you're playing on a digital piano or a keyboard. You'll be using a sustain pedal, because that's the one that gets used, well, a lot more often than the other two. So I'll show you some technique and a method of practicing with the sustain pedal. So first of all, when the sustain pedal is down, then that will sustain the notes, right? So they're all sustained, right? But you'll notice when I play certain things, it doesn't sound so good when I just hold the pedal down. Right? All those notes kind of clash. So sometimes you have to release the pedal. Right? If you're playing chords, generally speaking, especially if you want a more legato sound, you'd release the pedal between chord changes, right? Yep. So, I'm going to show you a technique that's going to get you started practicing with good pedal technique. So this is going to be in 4 stages. Stage 1. Let's just take a C chord to start with. And if you're not sure what a chord is, go and check out my video on chords and come back to this. So we'll take a C chord to start with. Okay. We're going to start with the pedal down. Okay, make sure the pedal's down to start with. Step 1, there's two motions in step 1. Step 1, you're going to play the chord and lift your pedal off at the same time. This one is the most important step. A lot of people get confused with this. So I'm going hand down, foot up at the same time. Imagine you've got a piece of string between your hand and your foot, and that string is tightening, right? Bringing them closer together. Up, down, at the same time, right? Up, down, up, down. Okay? So again, starting with our pedal down, C chord, play the C chord and lift the pedal up at the same time. That's step number 1, up and down. Step number 2, put the pedal back down. Okay? That's going to hold the chord for you. Step number 3, take your hand off the C chord. Okay, so far we've got step number 1, chord down, pedal up. Step number 2, pedal down. Step number 3, chord off. Step number 4, move to the next chord. So in this case, let's do an F chord. So step number 4 is move to the next chord. And then you start that whole process again with your new chord. Step 1, hand down, foot up. Step 2, foot down. Step 3, hand up. Step 4, move, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just practice like this, build up a muscle memory for it until right, it's more natural. It takes a while to get there, but if you practice this technique and apply it in your playing, especially, like I said, when you're doing more chordal playing, all the chords will be seamlessly connected from one to the next. You know, you won't have chords clashing. Right? That's what happens when you hold the pedal down too much. And at the same time, you won't have these long gaps between chords. That's what happens when you don't hold the pedal down enough. Right? You just have a seamless connection from one chord to the next. Right. Great. So practice that technique. Think about using the pedal when you're playing your songs as well, or your pieces. Think about, oh, is it a good idea to pedal this part? Should I lift the pedal up here? Oh, I'm changing my chord here, so I'll use the pedal technique, etc. So yeah, hopefully this is a good start to using the pedal for you, and hopefully this has demystified what the pedals actually do and how to use them. So thanks for sticking around, and I will see you in the next one.